Hey you guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how I make my clip-in extensions for my hair. The hair I'm going to be using today is from UNICE hair. They sent me Brazilian body wave and 4 bundles with a 16-inch closure. And the inches of the bundles are 18, 20, 22, and 24. Now, for these extensions, I'm obviously not going to be using the closure, or I'm not going to be using the 18-inch bundle. I'm only going to be using the whole 24 and then part of the 20 and 22. So in total, I think I'm going to be making 4 or 5 extensions. So these are the bundles. The first one obviously is 24, and then 22, 20, and 18, and then the closure. So the very first thing I noticed when I took the hair out of the package was how extremely soft it was. Like, when I ran my fingers through it, there was no tangles. I just kept touching it because the hair is very, very soft throughout all the bundles. The closure is also really soft, but the bundles are very soft. Another plus that I noticed about this hair was that it didn't smell right out of the package. And if you've gotten hair packages before, you know that some companies smell really bad. And I've personally had that experience, bad experiences with that, with the smelling. So yeah, that's a plus for this hair. The bundle is pretty thick, so I was happy with that. So you'll be able to get, a good amount of usage out of that hair. It comes with a little tag with the name on it, with the UNICE hair and some care instructions. But yeah, that's basically what it is. So you're going to need a needle. Doesn't have to be a curved needle. It can be a straight needle. Some thread. Make sure it's not really cheap thread because it will break. Some hair clips, wig clips. I use the large ones. You can get these at Sally's. I got all these products at Sally's. And also some scissors so you can cut the weft and the string. So right here I'm basically just showing you where I'm going to put my extensions. And this is just a visual just so you can see about how long you want the different extensions to be. Obviously you're not going to want the extension to go all the way to your hairline, so you're going to stop about 1 inch before your hairline so you don't obviously see the extension. So where I'm pointing to, that's basically where you're going to be putting the extension and where you want to measure. And like I said, you're not going to want to go all the way to the front of your hairline. But yeah, that's basically the sizes. So right here I'm just showing you guys what I did. I use this string to reference the lengths of the parts of my head, like where I'm going to cut the wefts, and just so I don't have to put the actual hair up to my head every single time. So right here is the lowest extension that I'm going to make, and it's going to be closest to the nape of my neck. That's why it's the shortest. And yeah, basically you're just going to cut the length. And I try to separate the hair as much as possible before I cut, just so you make sure you don't cut the actual hair. You're going to have a little bit of shedding when you do this part, only because you're cutting the weft, and obviously there is going to be some shedding because you're cutting some of the hair. So you are going to want to take your time with this part, so make sure that you really separate the hair and get as close to the weft as possible. And yeah, just snip it. So I think for this specific extension, for the lowest one, I wanted it to be fuller, have a fuller look once it's on my head. So I think I used 3 or 4 tracks. You definitely don't need to use that many. You can use 1 or 2, but I wanted it to be a fuller, thicker look. So yeah, you're going to see that it's a little bit thick, but that's the look I wanted. So yeah, that's after I cut the track. Even after I cut it, there wasn't that much shedding. But like I said, since you cut the weft, you are going to have some shedding. So now you're going to just see me sewing all the tracks together. You're going to want to thread your needle, which is pretty simple. And like I said, I didn't use a straight needle, but a few years back when I did make extensions, I used a straight needle. But most importantly, you want to make sure that the needle that you are using will go through the tracks. because it's going to be a pain if you thread your needle and then realize that your needle won't go through your tracks. And I choose to, when I sew them all together, I choose to go through the tracks just to make them more secure. You can go up and over and then underneath the track through the hair, so you don't have to pierce the track, but this is just how I do it, and this is how I've always done it, so that's why I'm doing that this way. Alright, now it's time to sew the clips on. So for this one, since it's pretty short, you only really need 2 clips. And another tip is make sure your needle can fit through the little holes on the clips that you're sewing through, because again, that will be annoying if you start and then you can't fit the needle through. So yeah, I'm basically just sewing through the little holes in the clips and into the track and make it secure. So once you feel like your clip is secure, you're just going to tie a knot and then clip the thread. I like to open and close it, make sure it can still open and close, and then move on to the next clip. And like I said, this is the smallest part, the smallest extension that I'm going to be making. So that's why there's only 2 clips. And the longer extensions, I'm probably going to use a total of 4 to 5 clips. But yeah, it's pretty simple, you guys. I am not a professional, as you can see, but this is how I've always done it, and this is how it's been working for me. So yeah, this is a foolproof method. Alright you guys, so this is the finished product. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I actually hope that it helped you out. Good luck trying to make your own extensions. It's very simple, as you can see. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.